Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our crafty hour. It is Deanna here. I am just a couple of minutes early. We're going to get started very, very soon. So welcome. Happy crafty hour day. Just going to load up here and get us on the iPad. So there we go. We can see all of the comments. There we go. We are live. Good morning, everyone. Super excited for this crafty hour. Oh my gosh, it was a lot of fun. Courtney and I had a lot of fun playing with this one. I'm going to be making 4 cards with you today when we get started. And I heard Courtney has 6 cards. I have no idea what that girl is doing, but you guys are in for quite the treat. 10 cards today. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Kathy. Welcome. Crafty Hour. What number is this? Crafty Hour number 72. This is the kit that you're going to be looking for. And I did give you some homework. So we'll go over that homework in a few minutes. I posted this, I believe, Sunday morning. So we will go over that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. I just logged on early to help everybody find the event, and we will get started in just a few minutes. We got some work to do today. We're going to get through 4 cards, so we do have a lot ahead of us. Good morning. I agree, Kathy. These little guys were so cute. The whole fall line from them was really fun. And when I started working on it on the weekend, it just made me smile. It was so cute. Good morning, Courtney. Good morning, Karen. Oh my gosh, Linda. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Shelley, Loretta, Tracy. Welcome, everybody. All right, almost the top of the hour, so we will get started in just a few minutes. You'll want to grab your kit, and we're going to go through the homework, make sure that there were no questions with what we've got happening here. Let me see if I can straighten up. I cannot straighten up. My whole world is topsy-turvy right now. So let's have a look at the homework. I did put on here that it was optional for the inverted corner punch. There's 2 different kinds. Either will work. I brought the hunky-dory one today. I see I have glue on it. Good gracious. But also, if you have the one from Spellbinders, it is the same. You can use either one, whichever works for you. I own both. I just kind of gravitate to this one because I like the bumpers on it. But either punch will work. So if you have an inverted, it is optional. It is not mandatory. You do not have to have one. I did put optional. I like to use it, but it is optional. The other thing that I did not put on here, but you can add after, because I did add them after, I kind of like them, was the gold dots. These are the gold dots that Spellbinders has. They are called fashion dots. You can also use gold rhinestones, gold gems. I'm going to use the gold dots. And of course, this can always be added after if you want to add them or not. But when I finished the cards, I did feel like it needed a little pop of something. I think I used them on 3 out of 4 of my cards. So if you have those handy, grab them. But if not, again, you can always add them after the fact. I'm going to put them on now, and then you can see where they go. So these are just from Spellbinders. I quite like these. They have the adhesive already on them, and they just add that little pop. They're just kind of a fun one. Now, before I get started, because I know we're going to be going crazy in a few minutes here, just a reminder, tomorrow's Crafty Hour, going to go live at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. in Missouri. It is a special one. Courtney and I were just talking about it. It is a heck of a deal. I think we've got all the items in the kit at like almost 50% off. So you are getting a lot of product for a little amount, and we cannot get any more. All of that product was discontinued product that Courtney and I actually picked up about 2 or 3 months ago. It's been a long time. It's been sitting in my back, ready to go. But that means we can't get any more. So you may want to pick up 2 because, of course, it is just great product that you can use for any project. And it really is like 50% off. So stay tuned for tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m. Right here, we're going to do our reveal. And that is for the next Crafty Hour, extremely limited. All right, let's get started. So on your homework, I did not tell you which card it was. That's okay. We're just going to go with it and we'll find it at the time. We need 2 pieces of gold, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Now, I want to just show you this. I don't think I have a lot of these in the store, maybe 1 or 2, but we can order more. This is what I keep on my desk all the time. Comes in gold, comes in silver. They are called, if you want to order it from either of the store, you can phone us after the live. They're called A6 Miri Mat in gold or in silver. There's 120 sheets of them. Okay, now I don't know what Courtney's price is. Mine is $25.99, but there's 120. And this is what I tend to use, and then I just trim it down. So I just wanted to mention that much foil, it just makes life really easy, especially when you're doing crafty hours. So wanted to show you that we can order more. Takes about a week and a half to get, and it comes in both colors. Then I also asked you, this was all gold foil. So a little strip, 1 5/8 by 5 1/4. One that is 2 by 5 1/4. One that's a baby, it's 1/2 inch by 5 1/2. And then one slightly bigger, 7/8 by 5 1/2. I also mentioned several scraps of gold for matting the greetings. So again, any kind of scraps that you have, that's one. No, Val, they only do that big for gold and silver. All the other colors, red and teal, they are only 60 sheets, so they are half that. But the gold and the silver, because they're smart and they know that we use these all the time, they're the basic colors. These ones, they do double size, 120, instead of the smaller silver, which again, as Joanne is saying, they go pretty fast. You use a lot. Okay, we're going to get started because, goodness, I have a lot to do. This kit was jam-packed. It also included your card bases and your envelopes, which is fantastic. So let's get started. For this one, these are the 3 gold pieces I want you to get. So one of the big ones. You have 2 big ones. I need you to find one big one. This particular one here is, I don't think I put this, how did I? Oh, no, this is my scraps. I'm like, wait a sec, I don't have this. This is my scraps for my greeting. The other one you're going to need is the 1 5/8 by 5 1/4. So for this one, you need this one and you need one of your big ones. Plus you need scraps. This is the piece I put in for my scraps. So those are the 2 golds plus your scraps that we need for this card. Boy, I got a little worried there. And let's bring in the card. Now, I think I showed you this one. I think I sneaky peekied it. So we're just going to bring that one in. I would like you to get a card base that is in your kit. I'm going to put all of these aside. So one of your card bases, we have that. You also have a sheet of sentiments. I'm going to use 1 sheet, so I'm going to have that one handy. And your papers are double-sided, so I want to make sure that you find the right ones. These ones are kind of a brownie tone. They're kind of like a light mocha. All of the patterns are similar. Some are pink, some are green. This is the one I want you to find. So the light mocha stripe and the light mocha pattern. It's kind of like a cross pattern. They're both kind of plain on the back side. These are the 2 pattern papers to find. Okay. Flip them over because you have 2 of everything. We love that because then Courtney and I just split it and we don't have to think. Now, I do like to just crease my cards a little bit more because these are not perfect. So give it a good crease. And then we're going to go to that big gold. I'm going to put my pattern papers off to the side so you can still see them. That gold should automatically fit onto your card. You have cut it already, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 should fit onto your card. Go ahead and glue it on there. You want to have a little border all the way around. So let's give it some glue and let's glue it on. Okay, set it off to the side and then we're going to cut pattern paper. So we're just going to put that there and leave that. And we are going to cut our paper. So the first paper we're going to use is that little pattern paper that is kind of like some X's. These are the mocha colored, okay, kind of plain on the back. I'm going to do the big cut first, which is 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut it right there. 5 1/4, and then I want it to be 4 wide. So I'm really just taking a little bit off. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4. It's really just a smidge here and there. And then let's see, it should fit. Perfect. Should fit right onto your gold with a little border all the way around. So let's glue that on. We'll set that off to the side. Give it some glue. Okay. And when they gave us these card panels, these patterns are exactly the same size as the card. You're going to see that in the next card, we're not going to add gold foil. We're just going to put it right on. So you do have options. I like to trim it down and put that pop of gold because honestly, I feel like it really makes the difference. All right, so put that off to the side. And we are going to cut the stripe paper. Now we are going to use this stripe paper on the next cards. I think we use every ounce of this paper. So please double check your measurement. We're going to do the 1 1/2 first. Okay, so put your paper in so that it is tall. Your stripes are going to go sideways. We're going to cut through every stripe. Okay, we're going to cut right through all of them at 1 1/2. So let me get that there. 1 1/2. I have lots of stripes, loads of stripes. And this paper, let's put somewhere safe for our future cards. Now, once I have the 1 1/2, we're going to trim it down to 5 1/4. 5 1/4. So 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. Now that should fit onto that gold that I had you pre-cut. I want them to be the same length, and I want you to have gold on the top and the bottom. So same length, but gold up top and gold on the bottom. So go ahead and glue those together. That is all the paper we're going to use for this card. And then we're just going to start decorating. Perfect. I'll let that dry for a sec. I think I need to fix my gold. My gold looks a tad crooked, which honestly does not surprise me. And my glue might still be a bit wet. I might have to wait for my glue to dry. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's my eye. Yeah, maybe it's not. Apparently it's my eye. That's okay. So now it's time for foam tape. Let's grab out that foam tape. We are going to foam tape this strip right onto our card. So I'm going to get a nice big piece here. Put some gold foam tape on the back. And we do have extra kits. I'm not sure if Courtney does. We don't have a lot, but definitely if you want some extras, these are great cards to make some more of. Now I'm going to come up 3 rows of checkers. 3 rows I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to attach this across. So let me show you my card there, and I can see 3 rows. That's the best kind of measurement. 3 rows, and then go ahead and put it so that it goes all the way across. Now we're going to find our die cut. So there's 2 of every die cut. So like I mentioned, if you have separated them, that is going to be great. Where's my little boy? There he is. Okay, this is the one I would like you to find. It's the little girl in the orange dress with the pumpkins. Little bunny rabbit. So let's find this label. And in case you don't remember, I know both Courtney and I have shown you guys these. This is a die that you can buy from LDRS. I think we are sold out of it. I could not find any. So I think we are waiting for more to come in. But they have already cut it for us. They've already decorated it. This is the one you want. We are going to attach this right here with foam tape on the top only. So only foam tape on the top. We're going to put some glue on the rest of it. So the top half, this is my girl. My top half has foam tape. I'm going to put glue on the bottom. Foam tape on the top. A little bit, ooh, that's way too much glue, goodness. Okay, foam tape on the top, glue on the bottom. Let me put it on, and then I'll show you where it goes. All right, perfect. So it's going to go right over to the edge. This little pointy is right at the edge. Make sure it does not go past the bottom of the card. It's okay if it goes a little bit over the top, but we don't want it to go past the bottom. So it is sitting on the right side. Our foam tape is here. Our glue is here. Super easy. All right. Now I want you to find the matching die cut that is the little girl. And while we're looking for die cuts, let's also find this little boy. He's adorable, and he has a pumpkin as well. So let's find these 2. I'll leave them there for a quick sec. Hopefully you guys have all your die cuts organized. Make it a little easier. So these are the 2 I want you to find. The one matches the label we put on. And we're going to start with her. We're going to put some foam tape on the back. Okay, I'm just going to put a little piece just like that. Okay, so foam tape. And then we are going to match it up and put it right over top of the image with our foam tape. That's going to give us that shadowing. Okay. Now we're going to take our little boy here, and we're going to put him kind of like that. He is going to overlap or touch the pumpkin just a little bit. I want him to have foam tape as well, but underneath his head, I need to make sure I have double foam tape. So we'll start with that. I'm going to fold a little piece in 2 just like this. Fold it in half. That goes behind the head. That is double. And then the bottom, we'll just put a piece that is single. Maybe I'll add a little bit more. I don't like my die cuts to get caving in. So 2 times, 1 and 1. Let me put him, I think maybe we'll put him like, I like it right there. Okay, let me show you what I've done. I might move him up just a little bit. I want my pumpkins a little bit more in a row. There we go. I like it there. So I made sure that my pumpkins were just a little bit more in line. All right, let's get that one on. The last die cut we're going to add is this one here that is the trio of pumpkins. Okay, so find your trio. I know there's quite a few dies, but just keep in mind everything is double. So I'm only using one of everything, and Courtney will use one of everything. Now I'm going to take this little piece of foam tape. I'm going to fold it in half. There's a good reason. I'm going to put that little half piece right there, right underneath the pumpkins that are with the girl. And the reason is I'm going to take this trio. This is 2 times. I don't have, yes, I do have a pen. This is 2 times. And I'm just going to put this trio of pumpkins over top, right? Like that. All right. So let's go to our greetings. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of cut them into 4. We're going to use one of each. So I'm just going to loosey-goosey them because there is no magic measurements on these. We're going to do it to how we want. Okay, so I just cut them into 4 pieces. We're going to use all of these on my cards. So I'll put these 3 away. And I'm just going to start with the Hello Pumpkin. And I want to be fairly close in measurements. You do you, okay? If you want it closer than me, that is okay. I want you to trim around so that you have a nice little border, and we're going to mat it in gold. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball mine. Maybe, and mine's probably going to be different than the other one. Oops, I'm not really in line there. Oops, I'm going to make mine smaller. I'm going to do it like that. You do what works for you. Very important. Let's go like that. Oh boy, am I crooked? Yep, I sure am. Whew. Okay, so I just trimmed it down. That one looks crooked too. I think my eyes are gone today. Oh. There. Sometimes that 1/16. Now, it looks like I made mine way smaller than my other one, and that is okay. No measurement, just trim it down to what you like. This one I had a little bit more white space, I can see that, than this one. Just a little. And find one of your scraps, and we're going to glue it on. Okay, let's see mine. Oh my gosh, I think that's crooked still. I don't know what I was doing today. Whew. So I'm gonna kind of trim mine. Let's see, how big are mine? Maybe about 2. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I think that works. I'm gonna take a little hair off. So you're just trimming whatever gold mat you want. I'm actually going to use this glue because it's a little quicker and we don't have a lot of time to waste. Oh, I just dropped mine. Darn. There we go. Okay. Just give it a little bit of glue here. All right. So now, double foam tape. I was double checking that I used double, but of course I did. Hello, pumpkin. So I'm going to take a little bit bigger piece and double it, just like before. And I'll show you where we'll put it. Right there. Okay, so I put it right under the girls' pumpkins. This is 2 times high. Have a quick peek because I'm going to throw this greeting on top. So if you haven't looked yet to see location, this one is just going to sit. Oops, I got a little bit of glue steeping out. Just going to sit right like that. Last thing, again, you can do this later. You don't have to do it right now. Where's Where's my... It looks like, well, let's use this. I was going to say, it looks like I took my poker home. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put, this thing is bulky. I'm not used to using this. It's a little bulky. So I'm going to put trio there, and then over in the opposite corner, I'm just going to do 2. I don't want it to be even, but you can do it. I don't like it there either. Let's move it. There. Okay. So we added that greeting, and then I just added some dots to it. 3 up here, 2 over here. Card number 1 is done. Okay, we got to get going. We got to make more cards. So hopefully you're good with that one. They're so cute. So cute. I'm going to set these aside. Put that one there. I'm going to put this one over here. Let's move on to card number 2. You guys know Crafty Hour is about getting her done. So this is going to be card number 2. When I seen this pack, I wasn't quite sure I got it. I know, Joanne, a lot of people said the same thing. And I think now they're seeing how fun it is. Okay, so for card 2, I want you to find your card base. I'm going to get all my goodies here. Okay, so grab a card base. For papers, we're going to go kind of to the pink ones. Pinkish, and we're going to find the boxed one, checkered one. It's kind of got little boxes, and we're going to find that cross one again. Backside, these are both kind of plain. Sorry, I got a froggy in my throat. Okay, so go ahead and find these 2 papers. Remember, they're double-sided. You have 2 of everything. You have 2. This is kind of a pinky color. Different from the brown. Okay. Now, I chose to punch my 4 corners. So, this is where you're going to punch if you want to. It is optional. So, go ahead. Punch all your card. All 4. I like to clean mine out so it doesn't jam up. So optional, you do not have to punch all 4 corners, but it's so easy to do and so pretty. And then we're going to take this one, which is the little X's, and we're going to use the plain side. So find the little X's, looks like this. Use the plain side. It's going to glue right on. We have to punch all 4 corners. It is the exact same size as our card. We are not using any gold on this one. Okay, so all 4, punch again. That is it. That's all you need for the punch. And if you line it up, it should line up perfectly. Go ahead and glue those 2 together. Okay, we're going to have plain side up. I mean, if you want to do the other ones, of course you can. Plain side up. Glue this on. I think Courtney's being really ambitious teaching you guys 6 cards. Whew, that's going to be a lot today. You better have your Wheaties. You're going to need them. Okay. So there it is. So far, so good. So far, so good. Now, let me double check this one. I think it's 1 7/8. Yep, 2 inches. Okay, so now we're going to take our checkered one, and we're going to cut a 2-inch strip all the way down. I want a long strip. I have a little bit of sludge here. I'm actually going to get rid of that little bit of sludge. That's just me. I don't like that little half pattern. And I'm going to make sure that my paper is in the trimmer tall, and I'm going to go to 2 inches. 2 inches. And I'm going to chop all the way down. I'm going to actually, just because I can, I'm going to balance out that stripey. I'm going to cut mine a smidge shorter so it's a little bit more balanced. Now this piece, put it into our scraps because we may use it. I want you to have the 2-inch piece. That's all we did. We do not need to cut it lengthwise whatsoever. It is the right length, as you can see, top to bottom. And we are going to foam tape this to our card. So grab out your foam tape, no matting. We are just going straight to our card on this one. This paper is pretty thick, as you can feel. So it is, oops, it is a good weight, nothing wimpy about it. Okay, so foam tape, and in the middle, up and down. Is that even? Maybe a smidge over. I don't use a ruler. You guys can. Yeah, good enough. Okay. So all we did is foam tape it. And as you can see, it's going to go right to the top and right to the bottom. Now I'm going to bring in some of the things I need you to find. We're going to go for a nice big label, which is our girl in that beautiful green jacket. I want that jacket. It might sound crazy, but I really want it. And we also want the matching die cut with it. And I want this banner. Okay, I'm going to leave this here because you have a lot of banners in there. So this is the one I want you to find. So I'll just leave that there for a sec while you find that. Okay, I want you to find the label with the girl in the green dress. This is her right here. And the matchy-matchy die cut. She's so sweet. She is so sweet. Okay, this card is easy. We are going to just take our foam tape and keeping it in the center, we're going to put some foam tape on the label. Now, what I mean by the center is if you look at the card, we want it to attach to the checkered patterned paper. So I don't want to put it off to the side because as you can see, it's going to come over both edges. So if I put foam tape right to the edge, it's not going to work. So come in a little bit like that, and then it will stick to the right paper. So a couple strips, and we're going to put it right in the middle. Now I love using lines and strips because now I can make sure that my point is like right in the middle there and right there. I know I'm kind of straight. Might not be right in the middle of my card, but good enough. So go ahead and foam tape her there. And then we're going to go ahead and foam tape our die cut on top, matching it up just like before. Do not put any foam tape behind her feet. Not that I think you're going to, because it's a very small area. But you just never know. So I'm just going to do that. Nothing behind the feet because we're going to slip that label in. Okay, let's line her up. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, now with this label, I made it so the center bump was at the top. It bumps up at the top, and I'm only going to put glue behind that portion. So I'm going to just grab some glue. See here what I'm doing? Just behind that bump. So there it is. And we're going to slide it under her feet. Oh, it's so cute. Just like that. So you can see I slid it under her feet. It's going to hang over on each end. That's why I wasn't worried about any adhesive there. Okay. Perfect. Now, we're going to go to our words. I thought she was so cute, so I used this one that says, you make autumn extra sweet. And I'm going to cut fairly close to the top and bottom. Let's do that first, fairly close to the top and bottom. So carefully and straight, we're going to cut. And you can, of course, use scissors. I am not so good with my scissors. So you can see fairly close to the top and bottom. I'm starting to think it's not me. I really am starting to think that. But then again, let's see. Let me grab this piece of paper here. I'm starting to worry about myself. Okay, now on the left side, which is the side where the words start, I want you to cut fairly close. Let me show you what it's going to look like. We don't have a lot of playroom. We're going to tuck it slightly behind her head, but over here, I want to cut close, maybe like one letter in kind of thing. So I'm going to turn it upside down and cut that first, kind of like that. Let's see. And then I got a little bit more room to play with on the end of it. I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, I think I can cut a little bit more. So kind of play with it to make sure it fits tucked under her head. Okay, now let's see. Oh, that's perfect. So let me show you. Just had to trim a little bit more off. This is where it's going to go. So I want it to be flush with the edge of the card on the left-hand side. It's going to tuck behind her head just slightly. And I know that I'm going to need extra foam tape. See where it drops off onto the card? Right here. I need double foam tape. So I'm going to take a little piece. I'm going to just a tiny, like half an inch-ish. Fold it in half. And I am going to put it right like that, right at the beginning of the word. I'm going to add a little bit of glue, just a little. And I'm going to tuck it kind of right behind her head. Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. Like that. Okay. Then I did, again, use some gold dots. Those are optional if you want. I added 3 again. So let me do, let's see, we'll put it 1 right here. 1, let's say right there. I'm just winging it here. This little guy. Right there. And that card is done. Card number 2. Super easy, this one, see? So that's what they look like. Oh my gosh, they're super sweet. And as you can see, this would be a great birthday card too. Thanksgiving, even a thank you card. Very cute. Okay, card number 2. Are you guys crafting with me today? Let me know. We're going to go on to card number 3. Let's see. 3. Let me make sure. Okay. This one's got a lot of little pieces. A lot of little pieces. Okay. I'm making sure I've got all my stuff here. I feel like I've got a lot of pieces. Oh, good. I'm glad that you're crafting along. I'm just trying to make sure I've got all the papers needed for the next one. So give me 1 sec. There's so many little papers. Okay. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay. So for this card, we're going to go back to our gold foil. Let's grab out these 3 pieces. So we have our card base. Okay. This piece of gold is, let me find it. There we go. This piece of gold, folks, is, I think, 2. Yep. It's 2 inches by 5 1/4. So you're grabbing your second piece of gold. You're grabbing your 2 by 5 1/4. 2 by 5 1/4. And then this one here should be the bigger of your strips left. Let's see. This is going to be, oh, this is my scrap for my gold again. Oh gosh, that's my scrap. So you just need these 2 and then gold scraps. Gold scraps. All right. So go ahead and find a card base. Let's give it a good crease. Okay. Good crease of gold there. And we already cut this gold foil. That was part of your homework, so it should fit onto your card. Mine fits perfectly. Go ahead and glue it. If you need to adjust it, of course you can. This is going to be another horizontal card, which means that I did quite a few horizontals, which means that the fold is going to be at the top. There we go. We'll set that off to the side. I'll give you a second. I'm going to just reuse that little paper. So gold is just glued on. That's all we've done. Now the pattern I want you to find this time is your green stripe. Green stripe. Have a look through your papers. You'll have 2 of them. You're allowed to use 1. Green stripe. Now again, we're going to cut the long piece just so we don't make a mistake. We're going to do it to 5 1/4. That means we're just taking off 1/4 of an inch. 5 1/4 by 4 inches. 5 1/4 by 4. And let's see, perfect. Fits right onto our card, absolutely perfectly. Go ahead and glue your green stripe on. Fabulous. And we'll set that off to the side for a sec. All right. Now, we're going to go to our scrap papers that we just cut. We just cut this one. It is the little checkered. It's the pink one. The backside is a plain pink, and that's the one we're going to use. Now, we just cut this. This is the one that was on this card. See right here? That is the one. Now, this is optional. You don't have to do this, but what I did is just took off the tiniest bit of both sides, tearing it. It looks right like that. Now, you are going to have to be careful. Okay, don't take a lot off. And the way I do it is I always have the side facing me that I want. So in this case, I have the pink facing me. I am right-handed, so I hold it with my left and I tear towards me. And as I tear towards me, I get that little white border. Now have a look at how little I'm tearing. We can always trim my gold foil if I do tear too much. I'm not making it really crazy, so I'm controlling it by just doing a little at a time. This paper is pretty thick, so I get it. Maybe a little difficult for you to cut. And guess what? We don't have to tear it. If you want to just cut it, we can just cut it. If you want to just cut it, you'll cut it to just under 2 inches. I chose to tear it. Just something a little different. So then when I'm done that side, I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Again, just a little. So if you're finding this difficult, please do not. Just trim it down to 1 7/8. That is okay. I don't know, for whatever reason, I decided that that's what I was going to do. I don't even know what made me think that. So, tear, tear, tear. Both sides now are showing white. It's controlled. It's not too crazy. Just little pieces off. That is being thrown away. Now, don't panic. Keep trimming. But when you hold it up to your gold, I did not cut enough off my gold. So I need to take a little bit more off. I guess I should have checked that before. A little bit more. Ooh. I was too cautious. Too cautious. That's okay. We'll tear more. You know, I forget about tearing. And I love tearing when it's got a white border in it. And then one of my favorite things is to go back and ink that tear. Because that paper is now raw. So it really picks up the inking. Really, really nice. Let's see. Am I better? Oh, I'm better. I just want a little gold showing. Now, as you can see, we never trimmed this, so that's okay. We're just going to glue it on, and then we're going to snip off the excess. I only want to see a little gold showing. I think I'll use this glue. But yeah, when you ink that torn edge, because that paper is raw, there's no coating on there, it just sucks up the ink. And on the brown, when you want a distressed look, it's fabulous. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, mine's a little bit extra long there. So now all we do is take our scissors and snip that little bit off. There. Okay. Now, if you did your tearing and you have too much gold showing, well, that's okay. Just go and trim your gold. You know, we don't stress those things. Okay. I am going to foam tape this to the center of my card, just like that. So grab out your foam tape. And we're going to just put it right in the center. Right in the center. Fun little fact about tearing. Many, many moons ago, I want to say, let's see if I can give you a date. Probably 2004, I'm going to say. I'm going to say 2004. Creating Keepsakes, which was a magazine, came to Vancouver, and they had this contest, right? You could, you know, enter your layouts and stuff. And I did a layout with tearing where I tore it, and then I kind of sewed it back together. Not really, but sort of. And I took second place overall excellence with it. The person that beat me, you're not going to believe this, was Ellie Edwards. And at the time, Ellie Edwards was not that well known. She was just a student. She went on to work for Creative Keepsakes and have a whole career like that as well. Okay, so I just put it right in the center, right in the middle-ish, like that. Now, oh gosh, I better get going. We got more cards to make. This is the little girl I want you to use this time. She is the little bunny with the green dress. Go ahead and find her. And while you're at it, let's find her die cut that matches. Let's do both of those. I need a little bit more glue under there. I didn't get quite enough glue. Now I'll get too much. Their challenges were serious. Oh my gosh. The person that was the judge, oh my, what was her name? Kathy Zielinski and Stacy Julian. Don't know if you remember her. I loved Stacy Julian. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to foam tape it onto the card. I am going to need double little piece at the top and double little piece at the bottom. So there's my double at the top, little piece, double, right at the very bottom. Take it right to the very bottom. Double, double. And then in the middle, we'll put a little bit of foam tape as well. Just like that. That's good enough. I'm going to slip that greeting under so I don't want to take it right to the edge. And this is going to go far to the, not upside down, far to the left side. There we go. Just like that. So double here, regular foam tape there. It is right to the edge. You can see my pointy is right at the edge of my card here. And then just like before, we're going to put her on top with some foam tape. I don't want to cover her feet because we're going to stick another little label thing under there and put her right on top. Okay, just like that. Now let's finish this little area off. We're going to take another one of these. This one is the same style as the last card. Has that little bump. I'm going to have that little bump at the top. We're going to do exactly the same thing we did in the last card. Glue in the middle, and we're going to tuck it kind of under her feet just a little bit. Okay, so glue in the middle, just like that. And we'll tuck it right. Oops, I just got glue all over. Like that. Oh my gosh, super sweet. Two more things we're going to do, then we're going to start our last card. I want you to find the little pumpkin. Now, it doesn't matter, so don't stress. I chose the one that has the little top of the pumpkin curling to the left. Do not stress out about that. We're going to use this one. And I'm going to put glue because she's going to go flat, this little pumpkin. And we're going to tuck it right like that. Kind of slightly behind that other pumpkin right above the label. Now for this greeting, you're going to need your gold scraps. And I chose the one that said you're the pick of the patch. And see here what I did. I trimmed it down right at the very end of the word. We're going to tuck it underneath the greeting and then a little bit of gold. So I'm going to start with trimming it right at the end of the word. I'm going to trim it down a little bit more. I don't want it too thick. So I'm going to just go kind of underneath the words. See if I can get it above. Mine's just maybe a smidge over or a smidge under an inch, roughly. Don't need all that. So what I like to do is trim it down kind of like this. Have a peek at mine. Then I make sure it's going to fit, which it does. And then I'm going to glue it to some gold scrap. Now I only want gold on the top and the bottom. I do not want gold on the ends. Don't need it. Let's see if I can just trim this up a little bit. Let's have a look. That's excellent. Couldn't have planned that better. Okay. Gold. Gold on top, gold on bottom. That's all I need to worry about. Let me show you. Need a little bit more glue there, maybe. Yep. Now this will also get foam taped. One piece in the center. You'll see why in a sec. One piece. If you need to trim this little end a bit, you can. I don't because it will, nope, I do. I do need just a hair off it. And you see, I just cut it with my scissors because we're going to tuck it underneath so nobody will see. Now the key to this, let me see if that's straight. Not straight at all. Let's see. Closies count. Closies count. The key is to have it a little bit more towards the bottom because the last thing we're going to do is take our pumpkin duo, and I'm going to just tuck that right like that. So I want to have a little bit of space to tuck that duo underneath. So put this a little bit closer to the bottom, then take your pumpkin duo die cut, little glue there, and we're going to slide it slightly behind my label, just like that. Now, I didn't add any gold dots to this, but I probably will go back and add. Actually, while you're finishing this up, I will add. And then we're going to start our last card. I'm going to add some, I think right there. I think I will. One there, how about one there, and how about one there? Sure, why not? I have these 3 really big ones. I'm going to just live dangerously because you're all probably like, what is she doing? One there. Why not? I don't think I like this blue thing for this purpose. It's too bulky. I don't know where my other one went. I must have left it at home. It's just too bulky for me. It's too heavy. Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, so that is card number 3. Let's power through card number 4, and then we will be finished. I added gold dots to that one. You certainly do not have to. One more. One more. And then we'll be done. So this is card number 5. Ooh, I have to put some foam tape behind the mouse. So see how the mouse's ears dipped? Not good. That tells me I need more foam tape. These are things you want to avoid. There, now his ear's not dipping. So this is going to be our last card. So for this one, you should have a couple of pieces of gold left, couple of strips of gold. And you should also have some scraps for your greeting. There's a lot of little pieces here. Grab yourself a card. Yeah, the gold dots do make the difference. You're right, Fran. They really do. Let's fold that card in half. And for this card, we're going to start with this piece right here, which is the green checkered one. Green checkered, I would like you to find. Green checkered. And it's going to fit exactly onto your card perfectly. Go ahead and glue it on. That is your green checkered. I'm going to speed up just a smidge so we can get this one done in the next 10 minutes. Should be fine. Okay. So green checkered on top. That is perfect. Glue that on. Now I want you to find this leftover stripy paper. Leftover stripe. We just used this on our first card. And yours should be, let's double check it. It should be about 2 3/4, right? About 2 3/4. Double check yours, but it should be about 2 3/4. So what I want you to do is cut a piece that is 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch. Just like that. This is 3/4 of an inch. We're going to use both these pieces. So this piece measures 3/4 of an inch, and what you have left is a piece that measures 2 inches. That's perfect. Yes. Oh, I think that's crooked. There we go. All right. So we're going to take this piece, and let's do this first. We're going to take this and we're going to glue it onto our biggest strip. If you have a look, it's not going to fit on that one, right? So let's glue it onto that biggest gold strip right in the center. You're going to have gold on the top and gold on the bottom only. Let's glue it and then let it dry for a few minutes. I think I'm going to trim mine, but I'll wait till it's dry a little bit because my borders are just a little longer or wider than I like. But glue that on. All right. Now that leaves you with this piece of gold, correct? And what we're going to do, and I should have brought my double-sided tape, but you know what? When I packed up for Maker Mania the other day, I took it home by mistake. Oh, what's that? No, that's not tape. That's washi. That won't work. Oh, but look what I did find. Maybe I need to clean my space. I found my poker, which is what I... That makes me happy. Okay, so let's go back to this piece. This is the bigger brown. I want it to be the, let's say, solid side face up. And I'm going to glue it so that I have gold only showing on the top. Now, I think personally it's best if you use your double-sided tape and you put your double-sided tape on the brown stripe. But I appear to be missing mine. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I'll have to give it a second to dry. And I just want it so that there's a little bit of gold showing only on the top. Everybody see that? No gold on the sides, no gold on the bottom. It's that tiny strip. I think it's like 1/2 inch, I told you, because, you know, we don't need a lot. And then we're going to glue this flat onto our card at the very, very bottom. Now, I'm going to snip a little. My gold is just that 1/16 of an inch too long, and I can see it, and it's going to bug me. Okay. So we're going to glue this flat to the bottom of the card, like so, with the gold face up. Really needed double-sided tape. Ugh. I got to find mine. I know a good place to get some. So flat, please glue this flat. Flush to the bottom, flush to the sides. Oh my gosh, don't use liquid glue. It just is not happy. Okay, I'm going to trim mine down just a little bit because it's a little too wide for my liking. There we go. Now with this little guy, we are going to foam tape it across the bottom of the card about 1/4 inch up. Foam tape all the way across, about 1/4 inch up. Let me show you. Straight. Straight's always recommended. Yep, like that. So a quick recap. I will be about 2 minutes over, but that's okay. We've got the green glued on flat. We've got the brown with a little gold at the top glued on flat. Then we took that strip that we cut to 3/4 inch. We glued it onto our gold, giving us gold on the top and bottom. And I attached it with foam tape just a smidge up from the bottom of the card. So we've got 3 patterns on there. Now for this one, I chose to use, I don't know, is this a little girl or a little boy? It's a fox. Foxy. We're going to use the Foxy label. And we're going to use, of course, the matching fox. And we're going to attach this on the right-hand side. And if you put yours there, you're going to see no foam tape at the stripey, but everywhere else add some foam tape. So avoid the very, very bottom. And we'll put foam tape And do it like that. And I'm going to do one more piece like that. So I have no foam tape on the bottom. It's going to go on the right hand side. Let's come over just a hair. Oh, that's perfect. Like that. So this, I didn't even bother putting glue there because it's really not necessary. You can. Foam tape on our fox, just like the previous 3 cards. We're going to put foam tape and foam tape. And we're going to cover up the image. Oh, he's so cute. Just like that. Then I want you to find these die cuts. So you have a duo, you have a single, and you have our sweet, adorable mouse. These are the last 3 die cuts I need you to find. Okay. So the little mouse, the duo pumpkin, and the single pumpkin. Let's start with the pumpkins. We're going to start with the single pumpkin first. Little glue on the back of the single pumpkin. And that one is going to go, yep, right there. See how I kind of tucked them a little bit behind? Perfect. So that's our first little pumpkin. Then we're going to take our duo pumpkin. And we're going to need to double foam this. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, about 1 inch. And I'm going to tear it in half so I have 2 pieces that are double. And I might have even made it too big. Yep, I did. We'll just tear it again, right? When in doubt, just tear it again. So these pieces are 2 times high. 2 times high. And that, yep, I am Gloria because I'm giving you 4 cards. 4. And the bonus is you can go back and watch these anytime. So I'm giving you 4 cards instead of 3. So do have to kind of, it's hard to do 4. That's 15 minutes each. Then we're going to put this pumpkin right like that. The last die cut is going to be our little guy, our little mouse, and he's going to sit like that. So here's what I know about my mouse. Underneath his body, on the left, so the side with his tail, I need double foam tape. I'm going to say like that. This is 2 times. And I'm going to put a little piece single there. So if you flip your mouse over like me, the side with his tail is double, and then this little side here, which is the pumpkin, is single. And here's where he's going to go. Now I'm going to put him on and then I'm going to explain. I want to cover up the gap underneath the pumpkin. I want him to overlap slightly on there. Make sure, give it a push. Make sure there's no parts that are sinking in. Do make sure you cover up this gap. So bring him up so you don't see the gap underneath the pumpkin. Do you see how all those die cuts attach? They all are together. That's important. Now the last thing is our greeting, and you have this greeting left that says sending cozy pumpkin wishes. I put it with gold all the way around and I tucked it underneath again. So we're going to use our gold scraps, sending pumpkin wishes. I'm going to let you guys do that at your speed. I'm going to get it on so I can finish up the card. Does that look about right? Maybe a little more off. That's what I kind of thought. Maybe right about there. Let's see. We'll attach it onto some gold. Oh, I couldn't have planned that better. Could not have. Just need a little bit. Mine's about an inch, so let's just take this to a little bit more. Now I have the gold. I'm going to see it on 3 of the sides. I think I'm going to use this glue. I prefer it on foil. Just got to go light. Light, 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 Deanna. Can be a little heavy-handed with the glue. And I glued this flat. So you can see I see gold on top, bottom, and on the left side, I'm going to put some glue behind here. Ooh, way too much again. And I'm going to tuck them. Oh, Deanna, I made it too long. Snip. See how I did that? Nobody gonna know. There we go. So cute. So there he is. And optional if you wish. But like Fran says, it really makes it. We're going to put some gold dots on here. Let's see, we'll put 1, 1, 1. And over here. Now, Courtney today, she's got high hopes for you guys. You're going to be making 6 cards. Gosh, better buckle up for that one. You think I'm quick? Oof. But you can see that really, these aren't hard. They are really just a matter, I got fluffies under there, of attaching die cuts. Maybe cutting a little paper here. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Sorry guys, I have a little fluffy that is stuck to the glue on the dot. And it's going to drive me, I need my tweezers. There we go. Drive me crazy. Okay, let's bring in all the cards. How about bring in, we got that one, that one, that one. We got 4 cards. I don't know if there was homework for, you finished, Gloria. Well, then I wasn't going too fast. I don't know if Courtney is there. She can maybe hop on and let us know if she has posted homework. I have not gone looking for it, so I will be honest. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I am so glad you think so. It is. Sometimes you just need to take these kits and add some things that make it look a little fancy, like the gold dots, like the gold foil that we all have in our stash. You guys know we all keep that stuff. Thank you so much. If Courtney's on, oh, Courtney, do you have homework? The ladies are wondering. And yes, I think you were a little ambitious. You might get 4 done, Courtney, and then you might have to do pictures for the other 2. That's okay. I'm so glad you enjoyed these. Courtney and I really, really liked these cards, and we just thought that they were super adorable. And as you can see, we are using almost all the product in this kit. So Courtney will have 6 cards for you. We'll see how far she gets. You might have a couple for homework, but of course, now that you see, they're not difficult cards. Oh, yay. I'm glad you guys like them. So tomorrow we have a new one that we are showing you. And as I mentioned, if you missed it at the top of the hour, Courtney says, yes, everybody, there is homework posted in the group. So I think that might be the Crafty Hour group. Courtney, if you can just confirm that is the Crafty Hour group. Homework is posted, so go have a look. And if you do need any extra card kits, give the store a phone call. There's not a lot. There's not a lot, but you can see that these are super sweet and great for birthdays, Thanksgiving, just even cute little cards. Oh, there she said, grab gold pearls, gold splat, and gold foil. That's really easy. Oh, I'm so glad you guys enjoy it. So as I was going back and saying, Courtney's going to be live at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Missouri time. And then the other thing that is important for you guys to know is tomorrow we're going live with a kit that is a heck of a value. You are saving 50% off. Jen and, oh boy, am I crooked. Jen and Courtney are going to be the ones doing that Crafty Hour. We're going to go live at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and it is extremely limited. So just so you know, we cannot, under any circumstances, order more. So you might even want to pick up 2, because trust me, when you see the product, you're going to understand why I'm saying it's okay to buy 2. It's going to be amazing. So thank you guys so much. And we'll see you later today for Courtney's Crafty Hour on Scrapbook and Memories page. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.